Okay, we are live again. It's Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Monday, November 15th at 12:12 p.m. in the afternoon on the East Coast, of the United States. This is not financial advice. This is only to be used as entertainment. Please do your own research. And on with the show. So I think everybody's woke up quite happy today with mini token somewhere between, I don't know, $25 and $28, depending upon, what exchange you're looking at. I guess the big news was we had, somebody bought a lot of tokens up, basically. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, we had this big 4-hour candle. He bought real fast. Somebody scooped up about 7,000 tokens, and pushed the price up more than $6 single handedly. Here's his address here, the 8770 7668. I think this first one might have been some liquidity. I clicked on it, but I think the rest were pretty much buys, or he maybe just bought everything. But the price did go up a lot after this. I think I saw on Defined like one purchase of $87,000, which was like 3,000 tokens or something like that. But yeah, and then there was like arbitrage opportunities. So after he bought, the price came down like $1 or $2. I think people could be selling on Uniswap and buying on like Gate.io or Polygon or PancakeSwap, which I think there's still buying opportunities even now, which we'll look into and we'll discuss. So yeah, he bought like over 7,000 tokens out of nowhere. Probably time traveler, right? I just saw another guy buying too earlier today, 9 minutes ago. Another 359 tokens, and he's just buying too. He's not selling. So he's been buying for like the past week, 6,000 tokens. Yeah, so people are stepping up. Even after the big price spike, this guy stepped in and bought over 300 tokens. And let's see now. We could probably look at Defined and see what I could find there. So yeah, here's this $87,000 buy from that address I saw. My thing is, if you're going to buy a lot of tokens, I don't know if people are new or not, but especially if you're going to drive the price up that much. Me personally, if I was sitting on like $100,000 or more, which I think this guy probably bought like $200,000 worth of million token, I would have some money on Uniswap, some money on Polygon, some money on Binance, some money on Gate.io, and I don't even know how much liquidity is on ZT Global. But I'd at least look at those. And then if you're going to buy all at once in, various exchanges. But, maybe this whale who bought today, maybe he doesn't need the inconvenience of doing all that. Maybe he just wants to buy it and kind of forget about it and let everybody else do the arbitrage opportunities and make bank on that. So you never know everybody's circumstances. But if you want to get the most million token for your money, you kind of want to, do it all at once and over several exchanges, I guess. But whatever's easier for you. Maybe it's just less paperwork if you just buy on Uniswap and then let the price just kind of become even, right? So so that was a big news today on the price for a million token. So we every so often I kind of change this channel a little bit just to make it best fit. I was going up a little higher, and then I've kind of changed this channel down here a little bit. You're just trying to fit the most amount of points within the channel. But we were out of this channel here, and I know Bebo bought the bottom again, right? A second time he's bragging about it here on my not mine, but on Lion Run in here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, here's Bebo. Does this mean that I bought the 2250 bottom again? And I'd say, yeah, it looks that way. So whenever Bebo is posting that he bought the dip, that might be a good idea for everybody else to pick up some million token. He caught my fib level last time, somewhere way down here. And then now he probably right here. And then now he bought it down here again before the whale bought. So good job, Bebo. And we were out of this channel, and for a while you could have got it down here, and then that one whale bought, he raised the price up like 27%. And then people were taking profits, bringing it down to, almost 10%. But we're going back up again quite fast. So we're on the 4-hour chart, and I noticed that there were these two moving averages, the 50 and the 100, and they kind of acted as support. So far, we got one bounce on the 4-hour here, and we'll just see how it goes from there. This is, that was a good scalping opportunity. I don't know if we're ever going to go below, $22.50 again, but yeah. So, I look at other things too, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and, I'd have to discuss the market movers. I haven't bought any other cryptos other than Million Tokens since it was launched in July. But, you gotta talk about these things just so you have an idea where the market's going. As far as I'm concerned, I think Bitcoin's still in a bull run. I don't think we're going to be rolling over and starting a bear market anytime soon. So we're looking at the daily chart where we found support on the 21 moving average, and so far we're still above it. And we're above the exponential ribbon, so that's good. Over the weekend, we were dancing between, $64,000 and $65,000 Bitcoin. And this morning, before I went to work, we were at like 66,000 and above. And now we're kind of coming back down again. So it's real choppy right now. But now, I think now is probably a good time to buy whatever crypto you want to buy, because Bitcoin's showing some weakness now. But I don't think it's going to be we're going to roll over. But if we do, that's all about dollar cost averaging. If you have the money, just dollar cost average. We could go down to these lower levels here on the daily. We can go back down to $60,000. Who knows? But long term, I'm just holding on and buying with dollar cost averaging. And Ethereum, we're on the weekly chart here. We got two indecisive channels. Ethereum, I just throw it in with the altcoins. So let's look at that altcoin chart I show up every so often. On the 4-hour, we never broke this red resistance line. The green line's still above the red line, which is good. And it looks like we're trying to peek our head out a little bit above it. But the 4-hour is a very short time frame. So, but it's looking good. It's looking good even on the 4-hour. So let's take a look at the daily chart. We're still sandwiched in between here somewhere, but we are above the green line, and we still have broke across the red line. And of course, the weekly chart, we're still way above the green line here. And just to put things in context again, I know I bring this out every time I look at it. I'm thinking that we're somewhere around here in the past history, and we're going to go up. So, which would be good for altcoins. And with the Million Token, these giant moves of like 30%, we might have more of these as people start taking profits of their Bitcoin and moving into their favorite altcoins. We could have these giant spikes with Million Token being a very small market cap. It doesn't take a lot to move it, as we saw a 30% increase for like a $200,000 buy or something like that. Yeah, you get a 30% increase. So, buy accordingly. If you're a whale, if you want to buy it and hold, that's fine, but I would buy slowly, because people are going to be taking profits, and you can, buy the dip as you're going up. But, whatever's easier for you. If you want to lay down the wallet and then sock it away, it's easy. I know I hate doing the paperwork. I do the same thing. I always buy usually a big wad of Million Token when I can. So let's see. We have 24 hours left for the Stake and Safari NFT context. I guess Carl is going to go over that tonight, and I'm wondering if he does that random thing, and the computer just assigns the NFTs according to the staking address. I'm not sure, or if it just ends. I don't know where they are right now with giving out the tokens. Maybe it's just the Safari stake ends really. So watch Carl tonight on Twitch, or you can catch the rebroadcast on YouTube a couple days later. I think he has to wait a day or two before he puts it on YouTube. But you can always watch the reruns on Twitch also. And then also, if you have Amazon Prime, you can Subscribe to him on Twitch, and you don't have to watch the commercials, and it's all free. Because I think you're allowed one subscriber a month. You just have to renew every 30 days. So, yeah, so that's interesting. And here's the staking right now. He's still not sure how many NFTs are going to be. I think it depends how many people are staking. And I think if you don't have any hearts, then you'll probably get a common NFT. I think he said also, like, if you have just 1 million token, I don't know what he's going to do with that. Maybe it's going to be common also. But I think he wants to give like the top 20% a rare NFT. If I think I heard him say that yesterday. We'll just see how it goes. Next, and I've been posting a lot on my Twitter feed, but this one I came across a couple of days ago. I thought it was kind of interesting. So in the past, in 2013, as we were approaching, as we were approaching this 1.68 log. Sorry, I had a phone call. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. 1 second. Okay. So back in 2013, as we were approaching the 1.68 log, we had these candles here. And each candle is a 2-week candle, keep in mind. So we had basically 5 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles before we broke it. So that's 10 weeks. And the same thing in 2017, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. And on the 6th candle, we broke it. And then we were going like parabolic. We probably breaking out of that channel basically. So here we are at 2021, and we're on the 3rd candle, which is like the 6th week. So, you know, I'm thinking maybe we might have another 2 candles to go, which would be 4 weeks, you know, maybe another month of going sideways with the price. You know, I'm just mentally preparing myself. If we go sideways, I'm not going to get discouraged. But if we go up, you know, it's good to be not selling. I'm not selling any of my crypto. And just keep that in mind. We can still go sideways for another month. But, you know, it seems unlikely to me because we're already in December, like mid-November. And usually November and December, you know, things go crazy. So if we go sideways for another month, if that happens, then I'm thinking maybe the blow off tops could be in the first quarter of next year. But if we go crazy right now, this week goes crazy. Like, so if we hit $70,000 this week and we're going to continue on with these giant green candles, then, you know, I'll be really watching crypto carefully because there's certain things I'll be watching. I know if we have a blow off top for Bitcoin in mid-December and we start reaching these, you know, $200,000 levels for Bitcoin, and then it starts rolling over, and yet for some reason the altcoins go up for another month, you know, that's going to be a red flag for me. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. Yeah, so that's going on. That, you know, there's a lot of other stuff on my Twitter page, but this one really kind of caught my eye. Just be prepared mentally for anything. So yeah, TechLead's been working on the milliontoken.org website, a new kind of logo with the lion, I suppose. But, you know, just little things here with the graphics changes and the layout changes. Looking pretty good. And how to buy a million token and stuff it's all in there. And there's all discussions about this on Discord. So I think from what I've heard from Carl's live stream, I don't think TechLead likes the cartoon type animals or the cartoon like lions. That's what I heard, I think. Carl's not giving up on the mouse idea, but I think he's going to save that for like Lion Run or Lion Chat or something like that. So speaking about Lion Chat, so I was thinking, you know, for those, Carl, if you're listening to this, you could put your comment down below. But I was thinking for the people that have like a Trezor device, you can contact Carl through that Lion Chat, but then you verify your address that way, and you could just say, hey, can you, instead of using this particular address, just use this other MetaMask address I have, and then that way you could just buy it that way. So I don't think the Lion Chat IO is up and running yet. Last I checked, But if it's up and running, even in the basics form, you can contact Carl that way to verify that you own the address and communicate saying, hey, can you just send it, make it set up so I could buy it from a different address because I can't, mint my NFT with my Trezor device on OpenSea. So that was just an idea. Maybe Carl will come up with something else too. Or you could just email him, but I think just the idea that the chat.io, the Lion Chat.io, you could verify your address that way would save a lot of headaches. So yeah, that's going on. And the proposals for Tech Lead, this is the main proposals. I don't really see a lot going on here. I don't hear a lot of talk about proposals, so I don't really check this very often. But if you check the description of the videos now, I'm going to put the links to the main proposals and then the mini proposals here. I think the mini proposals, I think anybody could put up, but the main proposals, I think, have to be submitted by somebody from admin on the Discord. So I don't see too much here. Anyway, and speaking about, I did have a proposal, not a poll going on my Twitter page somewhere way in the bottom. I had it pinned, but I unpinned it because the poll ended. But basically, it was just asking, do we need rebranding? And it was like, what is this? 60%, I think it was, said no, and then 40%, I think, said yes. Let's see if I can find it here. I should have. I guess I should not have unpinned it, but it was a poll running for about a week. Anyway, so I think as far as rebranding, if we want to get away from the line, just have a basic poll, just asking the community, do we even want to rebrand? Because why go through the headache of rebranding if the majority of the people don't want to rebrand? I think that's it. Yeah, here it is. So we have a 60% no and 40% yes. So the majority still doesn't even want to rebrand. And it was only 48 votes, but it's not with wallets or anything, but maybe a simple poll like this on Tech Lead's mini poll can help them out or something. So the pool is at 6.8 million with a 18.43 APY right now. And that is 25.5% of all tokens are staking right now. I think after the Safari NFT, I'm probably going to stake my tokens. I don't think there's any risk to it. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, this, I'll be giving up too much. It's easier just to stake and earn tokens than buying it every week or every 2 weeks, for dollar cost averaging. So I probably will do that, but I'm going to just wait a little bit longer. There's no reason not to stake if you've got a significant amount of million token, I think, at this point. People have been, staking and unstaking and claiming the rewards. I'll worry about the tax headaches later. But there's just some things I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking about trying to learn some new stuff. Like Carl had said on his live stream about a neat way to buying, was it ETH on the Polygon network through OpenSea. And there's other things too I wanted to try, like buying crypto on TrustSwap with the credit card and stuff. My thing is, if I buy on OpenSea, I want to make sure I get the same prices I can get on like Coinbase. I want to know if there's a markup on the price. Because usually if you're buying through a third party or something, there's going to be, you may not see the fees, but you might be paying a higher price per ETH or whatever. So I have to look into that. And also, if I pay with a credit card or a debit card, sometimes I get charged like a 2% fee or a bank fee or something. And, it might be worth it if I don't have to bridge over to Polygon, if I could buy it through OpenSea or something. But just some ideas. And Carl's page for OpenSea is MMISOL, Missile. It's a good page to look if you're looking to buy NFTs because, whatever he has here, he's probably going to possibly use in his metaverse in the future. So, if it might be good to have one of these in case it unlocks something secret or an Easter egg or something in his metaverse that he has in mind in the future. So yeah, he's got a lot of them, like 67 right now. And I think that kind of covers it. I've seen on YouTube every so often these stories of people getting hacked, and it's always MetaMask. So, yeah, if I'm gonna actually, I've got some crypto on my MetaMask, which I'm not too comfortable with. I'm gonna have eventually probably move that over to Trezor, and at the same time probably just put all my crypto in one wallet and stake it, just for security reasons. But if you're using MetaMask, if I click my MetaMask up here, it should always be unlocked, locked up. See, it's going to ask me for my password. So whenever I'm done using MetaMask, I always lock it out, or you could hide it. Hit that puzzle piece and then uncheck MetaMask and just to hide it. Because sometimes if you close out your web browser and you turn it back on, you're not really logged out of MetaMask unless you clear your cache or something. But always manually lock out. So every time you use MetaMask, you have to put your password in. Also, just turn your computer off if you're not using it. If you have a spare laptop, put MetaMask or make that your designated crypto laptop and only use it if you're going to transfer crypto or do anything with crypto related. And then when you're done with your crypto buys or transfers or sells, you turn that laptop off and you put it in a drawer somewhere, because I'm wondering if some of these laptops have like a Trojan horse or a virus on it with keyloggers, and they just have remote access to your laptop. So if you have your laptop on and they have remote access, they can possibly just go into your MetaMask if you have it unlocked and start transferring stuff. And so MetaMask, they really need to have some type of two-factor authentication, like synced up with Google Authenticator or something. They really need to have something like that in the future. But with your Trezor device, your keys are on your device. You can still use MetaMask with it, but you have problems with OpenSea with MetaMask. I mean, with the Trezor device. And let's see now. We got, looking at chat right here, I got Carlson Matt says James Huckle bought a lot up today. Okay. I'm wondering if is he the whale that bought a whole bunch, like the 7,000? I hear some people, like in the past when there was a big pump up, I'm not going to mention names or discords, but certain people claim they pumped up the price. And I kind of hear that again recently on Discord. I'm like, dudes, if you're going to say you're going to pump up the price, say it before the pump happens, okay? Don't say that you guys pumped up the price after the fact. If you're going to buy 7,000 tokens, then say you're going to buy 7,000 tokens before, post it on Discord, buy your 7,000 tokens, and then people will believe you. But don't say my Discord pumped it up or whatever. I call bullshit on that. You gotta say it before you pump it, and then be specific too, because you could say it and then if it doesn't pump, you just delete your comment, right? So no more calling the pump after the fact. If I'm gonna say I'm gonna pump up the price or there's a supply shock coming in, I'll be specific. I'll say, look, I'm gonna buy $50,000 worth, and then or how many tokens worth, and then if you guys don't believe me, I would share my wallet address or something like that. But I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Anything else? Yeah, overall, I'm still bullish. I mean, we're back in this channel. We got rejected at this heart line right here, like that midline. It's funny how it just stopped right there. So, maybe we might come back down here at $25.80, and then maybe we can just kind of test this heart line a couple times. If we test this heart line like 2 or 3 more times, like trying to break through, and then if we break through, we're probably going to go back up here. And that would be like at, above $30 somewhere. And then zooming out, you see, this is the 4-hour. Let me see what it looks like on the daily chart. Once we break above this double top here, that would be nice. That's at $37. I see a lot of resistance here too. So that might be that might take a couple of times to break. But yeah, once we break above $56 to $60. Once we get above 60, it's pretty much open air, I think. There wasn't much price action above it. So yeah, once we get above here, who knows what's going to happen? Parabolic moves most likely, but these big 30% moves that happen in like one buy, as people start cashing out their Bitcoin or Ethereum, if they have these big rushes, everybody's attached to their favorite altcoin. They're just going to ape in and buy their favorite altcoin. And this is what happens. Say, Arturo, he says, "Hi, Tim. I saw and voted on Million Gov for TradingView charts, but there are none. How can we have nice charts?" I mean, I'm using indextools.io. I think the TradingView thing, I think we probably need more volume, more people buying before it gets back on TradingView. I remember when it was on TradingView, it looked really sketchy. It looked like there was hardly anybody buying. So if you look down in my description of the videos, you'll see a link for Dex Tools, and that's the what I mainly use. You can go to Defined also. Let's see if I can do that. See now, here it is, charting. You got defined.fi. You can search for Million Token, and you can put hearts next to them. They're so easy to bring up. There's Pancake Swap here, Uniswap, and Polygon. You just, so right now we have $25.62 on, looks like Polygon, which is your best buy right now out of these three. And then you've got $26, and right now you get some good prices on Pancake and Polygon compared to why would you want to buy Uniswap Million Token at $27.87 and then pay the fees, and maybe pay the fees on failed transactions that don't go through, when you can get it like $2 cheaper on Polygon right now? Yeah. And then you could also check, Gate.io and the ZT Global and whatever else, Solana and all the other places. If you're buying small amounts, that might be good. But the liquidity is pretty good right now, I think, on Polygon and Uniswap. You just have to, plug in your numbers and see where it's best to buy. So Missile TV Twitch archive, that's a new one. Shout out to Tim. The mouse will be back in another form. I'm sure it will be. I know Carl's really attached to that. I think he's going to use it in his line run somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, the TradingView charts were real. I know somebody keeps posting pictures on TradingView. I think he uses it for SushiSwap, right? Because if you go to TradingView and you do a new chart, and I think there is one for SushiSwap, but I mean, there's just not a lot of volume there. And heck, well, you could look into it, but yeah, the volume, it looks really sketchy. So I think the DEX tools for Uniswap is pretty good, but look at all of them. You can look at all three different charts on Defined. So yeah, I just want to bring that into everybody's attention today, that you had a big whale buy today, and other whales are still buying. I think short term and long term still good for the crypto market in general. And this is the last day to get your staking for the NFTs for Carl's Safari NFT airdrop or drops. And I'm hoping to try new stuff with just challenge myself. How can I buy a Million Token easier or with cheaper fees or whatever. But yeah, end of the year for me is kind of tough. I've got property taxes, Christmas, holidays, other big bills. So normally, if I've got a certain amount of free cash available, but I would have less when it comes to November and December. And when I've got my big Visa bill at the end of the month for December, I just like to pay it off before the year's even up. I don't want to, pay it until January. I like to have everything nipped up in the bud at the end of the year, and we'll just see where crypto goes. Because if we start reaching like $100,000 in December, I'm gonna probably start cashing out and thinking about retirement. Very, very seriously. My wife probably will retire before me, but that's fine. I don't mind working. I don't mind my job. It's okay. I just want to make sure I'm completely sound with the money, but when I retire, because at my age, I'm only going to be 54, I think, this year. So I need more money retiring at a younger age. It's just crazy with the inflation. With the inflation at 6.2% was the last figures I heard, and it's probably just going to go higher. I don't know why crypto isn't just like skyrocketing, especially the hard assets like Bitcoin and Million Token. So, we just got to get more adoption for Million Token, and if we sell the narrative that it's better than Bitcoin because it has no coin inflation, I think it's gonna be catchy. It's gonna launch Million Token just on the tokenomics, but more people just got to become aware of it, and then no energy FUD. Because I know some people want to be more green. With the Bitcoin, the argument is, well, they use too much energy, but that secures the network. But we don't have that whole mining issue. I mean, other than the Ethereum miners. But eventually, Ethereum is going to go to proof of work, right? So once that happens, I think selling Million Token to the people that want to be more green will be an asset, a selling point, and the no coin inflation on top of that. So, the boomers are buying the Bitcoin. I did, for the past so many years, and the millennials are looking for the next best thing, whether it's Dogecoin, and then that became Shiba Inu. But I think a middle ground could be, Million Token, But it's just, I know the only thing these kids want are like a lot of tokens for cheap money. So they're not going to want to buy. They may not even want to buy it at $28. Or we're at 20. Yeah, we're at 28 right now, right? Dang, that was fast. As I was talking, we just went up. Nice. I like that. I like it. I used to be able to do these videos on YouTube, and then by the time I was done, we pumped like significantly, like 10, 15%. Nice. Yeah, Mick Contact says moon time. It feels like it. And then Atora says, I just hope you tell us when you cash out. I'm sure, I have to see how that happens, right? Ideally, you want to sell into strength, but I feel like if I start announcing I'm starting to sell, it's going to start like a panic attack, and people start selling just because I'm starting to sell a little bit. Like if I say, hey, I'm going to sell either 10% of what my stash is, or I'm getting out my initial investment plus enough to pay for taxes and maybe a little extra, people might take that the wrong way and think that it's going to crash the Million Token price, which it shouldn't. I mean, if the FOMO comes in and retail FOMO comes in, and we have these giant moves of like 40 or 50% in a day for multiple days, I should be able to cash out or dollar cost average out, sell a portion over time, over the week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It shouldn't crash the price. But if I announce it that I'm doing it, I think people can take it the wrong way. And or you could just follow my steps and say, look, sell a portion of your stack. If we sold back here in July 10th, as the price went up crazy, like let's just imagine this is like the last 4 weeks of the top. If we started selling a little bit at a time, this would be more of at a 45-degree angle, and we'd have an extended bull market. But these cycles for altcoins, when it crashes, it crashes pretty big. We'll just see how it goes. I'm watching the sentiment on Twitter and YouTube, And I'm watching the fib levels. I'm watching a whole bunch of stuff. But that's why I'm not retiring, even though I feel pretty comfortable that I could retire now. I'm not leaving it to chance, because we could have a black swan event and the market could roll over. And I don't mind working another year. And my wife doesn't mind working another year either. So when you think you know it all is when bad things happen. So I'll just be pleasantly surprised, and if I can cash out on the way at the top, and then once I completely cash out, if it still goes up higher, then I'll dollar cost average back in. I'm not going to pretend I know exactly what's going to happen. I'd rather not know. Says Ian M asked me, Tim, where is the bottom BTC resistance? People keep saying 58. Let's take a look. Let's get rid of all these lines. Let's put it on the weekly chart. I mean, we got a big block of right here. It could be 60,000. Like if we come back down here, could be 61,000 too. But on the weekly chart, we could always come back down and test these lower levels on the exponential ribbon. So I mean, we could even go all down to 42,000. But it's just too much bullish sentiment right now. So I don't think we're going to do that. But I mean, we could do it. If we did come back down here to 50,000 or lower, it's just going to extend the bull market longer. I don't think we're going to roll over now and then have an 80% drop like a 1 year bear market. I don't think it's going to happen. If we come back down to 50,000 or lower, then we're going to probably go into next year of 2022 for a whole nother year, just like we did with 2017. And that just falls into line with the, extended cycle theory. So we're on the weekly chart. So we could be, that's December. So where's January? Nah, doesn't seem likely. We're already so close to this red band up here at the top. The top of the red band is 113,000. I'm not even. I mean, the red band looks good because it's called tops. This is Benjamin Cohen's, by the way, his script. If you're a subscriber, I think he charges like $49 a month. You get some of his custom scripts. This red band is a best fit script as far as I understand. But with the government's printing money and the whole coronavirus, and now you got the infrastructure bill trying to do $5 trillion or so. I don't even know what it is. It's something crazy. And they think that they could spend money to boost up the economy. I don't know what they're smoking, but I want some of it. This red band might be irrelevant. When governments just start printing trillions of dollars, I mean, we can bust through this, and look what gold did in Germany with the Weimar Republic. We could, just go crazy with people who just are fed up with the currency. I mean, you guys know how much beef is now in the grocery store, and gas prices are going up like 12% in the last week. I don't know how long, it's going to keep going up. Prices, inflation, it might correct a little bit, but prices probably won't be coming back down. That's why I'm worrying about if I retire early, inflation's a big deal in my calculations. Big deal. So, that's why I want to have hard assets. I got almost like 100 addresses of crypto. And I've got some addresses that just have 1 million token in it. And it would be nice in the future that I could just sell 1 million token for an annual expenses. So I would just go to that one wallet and, sell it and then just live off of that. So That would be nice. That would be very, very nice. Because, I don't think it's unreasonable to live off of one Bitcoin for a year. Or, I guess for me, I'd probably need like $80,000 or more if I want to travel 2 Bitcoins a year or something like that. But that's at today's price, right? But if we go to like $100,000 or $200,000, yeah, you could live off of 1 Bitcoin a year, easy. And then by the time my Bitcoin runs out, I'm hoping million tokens still going to be around, and then that should be at like $60,000 or $100,000 or whatever, and then I could sell 1 million token to live off of that a year. I'm thinking real long term. I've got 1 million token addresses for just about everybody in my family. So, and if I can throw in an NFT in there from Carl, so be it. Let's see now. QWERTY says scale up by adding liquidity to the pool. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to stake. I'm not too sure if you're talking about the liquidity pool or tech lead staking pool. I'm not comfortable with the liquidity pool just because of the whole tax implications. And I'm just, I like hard assets and owning them in my wallet. That's how I've been taught by the Bitcoiners. So I'm taking those lessons and applying them to the million token. But yeah, I'll probably be staking. But I'll let you guys know when I'm staking. It's not a big deal to me. But yeah, I can't. It's just easier to stake rather than take my free money and buy a million token every week or 2 weeks. It says, QWERTY says, sell into strength, no need to market sell like the last bozo that tanked a million token. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, just selling a little bit at a time. But I mean, if you have life-changing wealth, I mean, I think the guy who sold like, 4 or 6% a million token he had, sold it all. He might have bought back at lower prices. You don't know. But if you have life-changing wealth and you can get the money, I don't fault anybody for doing it. Let's see now. Never selling. Remember that those sold Amazon. Yeah. I have a story about Amazon. I don't even know if I want to tell it. Let me get the chat up real quick. Oh, you guys could look at the chat. I forgot on the rewatch. I usually show the chat, but I guess I don't need to. So this story for me at Amazon. I had $20,000 I put on Amazon before the year 2000, and this is before the whole internet craze type thing. I may have told this story already. I can't tell, but what was it? I had $20,000, and then I had a second child on the way, so I had to get a bigger house because we were living in apartments. So I had to cash out my stocks. It was like, at the time, it was like $70 per Amazon share, but it's been split so many times since then. So this was probably 1998, 1999. No, maybe it'd been, yeah, probably 1999, because it was before the dot-com bubble burst. And so in that way, I guess I got lucky because I cashed out before the burst happened. But had I held on to that, it would have been billions of dollars, billions and billions of dollars if I had just held. But I had to use the money for a down payment on a house. So that's my Amazon story. Everybody has these stories. Once you're older enough, everybody's got these stories. See what else. Arturo says, well, at least record the chart when you cash out just to show us later how it was you the one that bringing the price to earth. Yeah, I probably will. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I know the general community of in Discord, they know my addresses because my 2 Whale Wallet addresses that I have, or 2 of them, they were doxed by Andre Gique, which he shouldn't have really done. He could have just said to the community when he made that YouTube video that I verified his addresses because he sent me some crypto from those addresses. He didn't actually have to put put him on YouTube. That was a shitty move on his part. So Andre, if you're listening, you don't dox people's addresses. That's just not cool. But I can't move them, right? Because of the whole LionGov thing. But now that LionGov is pretty much irrelevant because all the voting is done on TechLead's voting site. I don't mind moving my crypto out of that MetaMask wallet that I've had for years. The whole LionGov system with having the amount of votes based on how much you hold it in your wallet right now for me is kind of irrelevant. But Carl, he can make it relevant again if he starts using it in the future on his LionRun.io site. Or if anybody of the other Discords wants to use a variation of it. But I think everybody right now is pretty comfortable using just TechLead's voting stuff because that's what everybody's using right now. So I have no problems moving my coins right now to consolidate them or move them to another address. I suppose if I wanted to get fancy and hide my addresses, I can move my Million token to Gate.io and then maybe move them into another address from there. Like I'd create another address and then move them from Gate.io to there. Because you could use kind of Gate.io kind of as a mixer, right? Does that sound right? If anybody has their wallets exposed with Million token and you wanted to create new wallets, I think you could just go through Gate.io or ZT Global, but it's kind of risky going through an exchange, but I mean, that's probably one way you can do it. And I can get my privacy back. Then you guys wouldn't know when I would sell. Gotta plan ahead. I'm always thinking. See now, Albert T. I started growing my own veggies this year. Okay, that's awesome. I know my wife wants to have a garden. She usually has tomatoes growing, and she loves her hot peppers. Let's see now. You can sell into pressure with LP when you decide to sell instead of market selling. That's a good idea. Actually, I could just say I'm going to take my Million token and put it in the liquidity pool during the FOMO process, and then I would get a lot of USDC for that. Or ETH or whatever it is. And then I'd have to cash out. I'd have to get out of the pool though when I think the top's in. But that's interesting. That's one way I could liquidate my Million token. I don't know. It doesn't feel very hands-on to me. I like hands-on approach. That's a very interesting point that you make there. It's a good keynote. Yeah, that's good. And then the community wouldn't hate me for selling because I just said, hell, I just put it in the liquidity pool and somebody bought it from me, which is the same damn thing as if I just sold it on the open market and somebody just bought it from me that way. It just sounds like it's a more polite way of exiting out. Just provide liquidity because somebody needs my Million token. This is really a fun stream we're doing today. So yeah, I did one Friday and I'll do one today. I did one today. But if I see some stuff in the news, I'll do a live stream. I like doing live streams. It's fun. And yeah, I think I want to try buying some ETH on OpenSea with that trick. See how that works out. I still want to buy some crypto through Crypto.com and see if I get charged with fees for my bank card that way. I did last time. I told myself I wasn't going to do it again, but I think I used a Visa card. I'll try it with a debit card, maybe see what happens. Or also, if I go to Binance.us, if I can buy, BNB that way. And, I have to convert that over to the smart chain and then buy a Million token that way through PancakeSwap. I haven't done that yet. I've had BNB on my wallet, which I just happened to have for a couple of years. And then I converted that to Million token not too long ago. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of ways to buy a Million token, different ways, because like right now, if it's cheaper on Polygon and on Binance Smart Chain, you all should be smart enough to know how to buy it. Don't rely on Uniswap. especially the majority of you probably just want to buy a little bit at a time. You can't afford those, $40 or $100 gas fees for buying on Uniswap, and then sometimes they don't go through, or you get front run if you have a too bunch of a slippage, which can also happen on Polygon or Binance Smart Chain. So keep your slippages at like 0.5 or less. So let's see now. Why am I'm still have this on Bitcoin. I should have this on Million Token. Look at that. We're still at $28. Let me see what else there is in chat. Yep. No slippage. Exactly. Yep. I mean, if you're on Polygon or Binance Smart Chain, you could have your slippage really low, right? Like 0.1 or whatever. Because if the transaction doesn't go through, it's no big deal. You pay a penny or 10 cents in a failed transaction fee. So yeah, keep your slippages really low on Polygon or the Binance Smart Chain. I'm assuming you could do limit orders also on Gate.io, maybe ZT Global, and I know you could do limit orders on the Polygon side, Polygon network. I don't know why they don't do limit orders on Binance Smart Chain. You think they'd be able to do it? It'd be convenient. See what's going on with Technical Tim. You can, I post charts here. I posted this whole whale thing back at 4:44 a.m. when it happened. Literally, basically when it happened, and his buying right there. And at the time, Million Token was up 14%. It's higher than that now. Look at ETH and Bitcoin at 2%. Pathetic. And so we got other people putting on their charts too. So here is a chart that looks like Million Token USD Uni. He's got the TradingView logo. I don't know what he's using for the link on that. But yeah, interesting. I can't find a link for it though. So I have to ask Heavy Hux. Heavy Hux, if you post a link to what you're using in TradingView, either on the bottom of this YouTube channel or in Discord, that'd be appreciative. And yeah, I'm basically in Lion Run. I check out the where I'm at now, the Technical Tim, and I check out the Lion's Lounge, and sometimes I check out the lounge in Million Token. That this LionGov.io, I don't think anything's happening in there since Techlead its voting acceptance basically took charge. I mean, I could probably leave this, but the only thing that I really see coming up on here is now the announcements of some announcements, and maybe when social media comes up, I see new websites and stuff for, comes up here when Carl's doing his Twitch. I know Time Traveler just did a live stream just before me. Yeah, he's real emotional. I saw him get goosebumps and starting to cry in a little bit, but he's so passionate about Million Token, I think he's probably going to buy another 10,000. I think he probably already has 10,000 tokens now, and I think he wants to buy another 10,000. I wouldn't be surprised if he's caused that pump right here, because it was just like yesterday. He was urging people to buy, or not buy, but, telling people like, he sees big plans for Million Token. He's like on a whole nother astral plane when it comes to Million Token. So, he's out there, but I hope to meet him up one day at the convention center when we have one of our Million Token get-togethers. That'd be awesome to meet people. Which I plan on doing that. I'll come out of my groundhog hole and meet some of you guys if I'm still in the country. Hey, James Huckle says, Tim. Hey, James. How you doing, man? Cordy says, I did have to dox myself since I used CC, but IDC. Credit card. Oh, yeah. I hate that too, right? Yeah, if you use your credit card, like if you buy it on OpenSea, yeah, they don't know your name or anything, right? But once you put your credit card in there, then they're going to know your name. I bet you the restrictions or or reporting to the IRS is a lot less on OpenSea, but I could be wrong. I know if I sell any crypto of like $10,000 or more on Coinbase, I know they're gonna flag me. They're gonna have to send something to the IRS, and I just don't want that headache. So if you buy, I was thinking if I buy small amounts of OpenSea, I probably won't get flagged. But I mean, damn, they got my if you use a credit card, or debit card, then you got your name associated with it. That just sucks. There's this thing called I think BISC. I don't have it pulled up right now, but you could like buy a Bitcoin through people. Like I don't, it's like an eBay rating system. So if they got good ratings, then they're somewhat trusting. But like you would put money in their bank account, and then they would send you the Bitcoin. So that way it's like totally off the books, and then you could hodl that Bitcoin and sell it whenever you want to. And I mean, there's no way that they would know it's yours, right? Unless it was the IRS that was selling you the Bitcoin on the side. Conspiracy theories. It says, or use the bridge for polyeth. I think Time Traveler has around 2,000 tokens. Nowhere 10,000. I think he had mentioned in one of his videos that he wanted to buy another 10,000. That's why I think he has 10,000. But he said he has some blue chip altcoins. I'm telling you, I had some blue chip altcoins, and I cashed them out for a million token. And it brought me up there to almost 1%. So, and that was a while ago. So they're more expensive now. So if Time Traveler has those blue chip altcoins, you could tell his lifestyle. He's pretty cultured. He knows like 5 or 6 different languages. Smart guy. And I wouldn't put it past him to have a good amount of money. He's got connections. He's got that rapping video and that lifestyle. I bet you he knows some people. But yeah, I bet you if the price was down here back at $22.50, everybody would be aping in right now. The only thing I could think of is I don't think we're at the bottom. Like we're in a bull run. But if you look on Bitcoin, oh, my computer's so slow. I'm working on a 2013 MacBook Pro, but it's good though. So you had a bottom here, and you had a kind of another bottom here. That was February 2019, and back here was 2 months later. You had a double bottom. What could happen? What could happen? Yeah, I mean, I said, yeah, I think. Yeah, look at my previous video. I pretty much explained about, those 3 waves. I still think we're in this first wave where we're in a channel, and we haven't even broken out of it before I don't think we've gotten parabolic yet. Once we go parabolic, like in November, December, and then we'll have that final peak of the last 2 weeks, we'll break out of that channel. It's just crazy. I think it was BLX, right? I can't even remember. Low chart. Let's see now. See if I can find it. I've got so many charts. I think it's this one. Okay. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, the previous, we had this channel here, and then we went up, broke out of that channel, and then we even broke out of this channel with the final push for that blow off top. That's just life-changing money here. I mean, this was like a whole year. It was like, here's April. Yeah, here's March of 2017, and this is the end of the year here. So imagine next year, 2022, if we pull something like this, we could be in it now. This angle right here is steeper than this first angle, right? This is something I was working on a couple of days ago, which I thought of after I did my live stream. So maybe it's good that I brought this up. That maybe we start breaking out of this triangle. Once you break above this white line and we start going up in this territory like we did here, I mean, if we do that next year, holy cow. And then in December of 2022, we pull one of these. It's going to be crazy. That's when we're going to be like at like $500,000 per Bitcoin. Who knows, what Million Token is going to do? It's people will be cashing out their favorite, their Bitcoin for their favorite altcoins. I think we're going to have some people do that for Million Token. But we could also be here at this box. This was something I saw on, I think, Crypto University's website. I think his name's Steve. And this box correlates with this box, which might correlate to this box. And if we break out of this yellow box, this was we broke out back in October 2017, which we're not too far away. We're just in November. And we broke out back here in September. So actually it seems here's September, October, November. It seems very similar. I see the pattern now. So, I mean, we could be right here and have, the blow off top. And it could be even more steep than I drew here. It can go right up. But, we'll just wait and see. Yeah, check out Crypto Crew University's website. He sells a lot of his stuff, but he's got a lot of free education on his website. Which, I like the free education. And he was the first, as I can remember, he was one of the first people to call the bear market back in end of 2017 when we had like that bearish, the death cross, I guess you can say it was. He was talking about death crosses and golden crosses before anybody I could think of on YouTube. So I follow him. I follow him. I used to follow Carl a lot and Chris at MM Crypto and Carl the Moon. I picked up a lot of their technical analysis and charting through them, but now they're more focused on, at least I feel like they're more focused on short-term trades through that leverage stuff, and they always show in their links. And I don't think you need to do that. I think if you understand the 4-year cycles, you buy the dip and you sell the top, and you enjoy life. If you start leveraging, 3 out of 4 people lose money, and I know they get anybody that uses those links, they get tons of money. I'm sure in referral fees and maybe get a percentages of their gains or losses. But they're definitely making bank. I mean, I've seen the cars they drive and their planes that they're riding in and the Dubai trips. Oh my God. One day I would like to live that lifestyle and meet them and shake their hands because I learned so much from them. But for me, I'm more of a macro guy. I'm just more curious. I'll put most of my attention at the tops. And then, that the bottoms will be like the 200-week moving average, basically. It hits it every time, right? Yeah. I don't have it on this chart, but it caught it down here and caught it down here. It's usually like an 80% drop from the top, though. And we got more people. We got smarter people now on Twitter, like Willy Woo and Will Clemente and Tech Dev. They're all tweeting their knowledge free of charge for the most part. You can get their newsletters if you want. Says those were depressing times back in late 2018 and 19. I know. Tell me about it. I had 2 sucky Christmases. I was a bad sucky Christmas right there in December of 2018. And then we had this big parabolic move. And you know what? December of 2019 kind of sucked, even though we were higher. But look, we had a drop of 50% from where we were. It happens, So, but I just dollar cost average. You dollar cost. I mean, I started dollar cost averaging at the worst time, right at the top of end of 2017. I survived. learn some lessons along the way. But as long as you dollar cost average and you guys are young, you're gonna make so much money because these idiots, the majority of the people aren't in crypto right now. You've got the whole network adoption thing going for you. And unfortunately, some of the smart institutional players are getting in before the masses have. So yeah, everybody that got into Million Token early, we were like the same geeks that got into Bitcoin early. You know, we're not normal. Normal people don't buy into projects that just on a whim or a hunch or understand the tokenomics. Normal people wait till everybody else buys and wait, and then you're not going to get much growth at that point. Yeah. So yeah, I think that by the time people start putting their money in their 401ks into Bitcoin through their jobs, we're already going to be at max saturation. You got to get in before everybody else does, and then I saw another good video on YouTube. I don't have it off the top of my head, but it was basically showing how you borrow against your assets. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that with Million Token through some DeFi protocol somewhere. But I would only do this at the bottom of a bear market, because if you start borrowing your assets at the top of a peak, and the crypto market starts tanking 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way down to 80%, and you borrowed against your assets, your lender is going to be like, well, we need more assets to cover you, or otherwise you can get liquidated. So my idea would be, okay, cash out was at the top, if things worked perfectly. At the bottom of the bear market, you buy at the 200-week moving average, and then you borrow against your assets then. Because by then hopefully your assets appreciate. You don't have to worry about getting margin called or liquidated. And then after the year's up and your loan's due or whatever, you just take out another loan, because by then your assets would have gone up 2 or 3 or 4x. And so you borrow against less Bitcoin because the Bitcoin's worth more. You pay off your previous loan, and you take out a loan to pay off that previous loan and your living expenses, and you just do that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Michael Saylor cashes out some Bitcoin. Knowing him, he will never sell his Bitcoin. But I'm thinking more also like other companies and hedge fund managers and stuff. If you have a responsibility to your shareholders and you have a lot of Bitcoin on your balance sheet, like Tesla and MicroStrategy, I would think they'd have some type of responsibility of selling some Bitcoin if they think that the top's in and it's going to go down for a year. Now you start seeing companies and hedge funds managers start liquidating their Bitcoin holdings. Man, we could have a violent drop, quick drop. But hopefully the education's out there is to hold these assets, because this is a whole new world now with crypto. Still at $28 for a Million Token. Qwerty says it's very difficult to shake someone out that's held through Bitcoin bear markets. You're left with no emotions towards money after that. Yeah, I kind of feel, yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't even get a thrill anymore when we're at when we broke these all-time highs for Bitcoin fairly recently. We went to 69,000. Didn't phase me. All I did was I think I got a bottle of champagne and we celebrated with that. But it wasn't like the euphoria I got. Even now with these giant moves, this 30% pump with Million Token, it doesn't phase me. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it could be both. I'm hoping I'll be level-headed when it's time for me to cash out. But I don't want to be like that guy that's sitting on like $20 million and didn't cash out. And then it drops, 80% or whatever. It's going to suck paying taxes. That's the only thing I can't stand. But, other other countries. If I can cash out at the top and then relocate, people have renounced their citizenship and then live in St. Kitts or Portugal or Germany or wherever that the crypto laws are better, you're set. If you don't have to pay taxes on crypto like in El Salvador or somewhere, some people can maybe hodl the IRS, because I think in 10 years, I don't see how the IRS could still tax crypto. I mean, I'm sure they could. They're going to, it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy what they're doing with the money supply. Is just printing out free money, and thank God for crypto. Thank God for Bitcoin and hard assets like Mini Token. People shouldn't have to work 30, 40, 50 years until they're 65 or 80 years old. I've got people in my job working like at 70, 80 years old because they have to work. It's just because there's not a good saving way. Now you can save yourself through crypto. Okay, I think I will end it there. Right? I don't see any more questions. It's been kind of quiet. Being underwater is half the journey. Yeah, I think I've been underwater for half the journey. Yep, I think that's it, guys. I'm going to call it quits, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.